Hi guys, Chris Invesrep here, and welcome to another episode. Alright, another species spotlight. This one is a spotted python. Believe it or not, this is a fully grown python, and the weird part about this is a big male. Trust, believe it or not. They normally, you don't see them this big. So this is probably one of the most underrated snakes in the industry. They have picked up tremendously in demand in South Africa the last couple of years. And believe it or not, they used to be pretty common in the industry. And with the shifts and everything that happened in the reptile industry, they've basically disappeared off the scene. And John and myself and a couple of other dedicated keepers decided, well, let's revive these species. And we've actually gone into these guys, the children's pythons, which is the same family, the Stimson's pythons, and they fall under the family of Antaresia. And Antaresia is the family of the smallest pythons in the world. And that's what makes them so ideal. So just off topic, so this is the spotted python. This is Antaresia maculosa. You get the Antaresia childreni, which is the children's python. A lot of people think, oh, because they're small pythons, especially the children's pythons, quite deceiving in the sense of it must be ideal for children. Funny enough, the guy that discovered them, his surname was childreni, and that's how they got that name. But are they ideal for children? They are actually. I wouldn't recommend them for get a bit of a fright or feeding reaction. Something happened. Probably smell the rat or just want to give me some love. But yeah, very docile snakes. The only thing that is noticeable about them compared to other snakes, they've got a tremendous feeding reaction. For something, I don't know if it's an Australian thing going on, but Australian snakes in general, they've got an extremely strong feeding reaction. So distribution, mainly Australia. And then there's a new one that was now discovered in Papua New Guinea quite recently that's been classified on its own. And sad news, the Stimsons and the children is now classified under the same family as well. So we lost a member in that family, but we will still work with Stimsons and that line as if it was still a different family. We're not going to now start crossing them and putting them in their own like in the same batch. We're still going to keep them separate so that retain that look of Stimsons and children's and the pygmies and all that. Keeping these snakes, they basically the equivalent of a brown house snake. We've got a nickname for them, we call them expensive brown house snakes. When I say expensive, hatchlings on the spotteds, they go for about 2.5 in South Africa. Children's are just skyrocketing. I won't be surprised if you can see them going over the 6,500 per hatchling mark pretty soon. And as you can see, this guy is active enough, so he keeps me busy, but he's not a pet rock in my hands. And that's what's interesting about them. They're curious snakes, they're fun to work with. Keeping them super easy. If you can keep a corn snake alive, you should be able to keep these guys alive. The only thing is with them, heat is crucial for them. And when I say heat, if you can supply a hot spot of about between 30 and 32 degrees, you're doing well, and a cool side, if you can, on the 26, 27. And what I love about these guys is their humidity covers both spectrums. So you can keep them in the mid humidity levels of about 50, 60%. But if they do spoil the water bowl and the humidity does skyrocket, it's not going to cause problems. And the other way around, if you do keep them a little bit dry, they do come in the more arid regions of Australia. So they actually do well. They're very adaptable snakes to keep. And that's what makes keeping them such a blast. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words there. So feeding rodent feeders. This guy will take medium rats pretty easily. Adult mice, couple of adult mice, he will be good to go. And then their frequency as they mature, the youngsters obviously every 5 to 7 days, but guy like this every 7 to 10 days. You just watch them. As you see, they're getting a little bit chunky. They won't be skinny dipping anymore. They'll be chunky dunking. You can just tone it down a bit until they get this what you call prime condition. I mean, this snake is in absolute beautiful condition, and you can't really see it, but this snake's got quite an iridescence on them, and that's what also makes it very alluring. In the sunlight, that iridescence comes through with next level. You can't imagine that a snake, on the looks, it looks pretty dull, but in the sun, it livens up and becomes really iridescent. Beautiful snake. So we'll actually go into breeding and all that at a later stage on them. This is just a little species spotlight on the spotted python itself. Just so you guys can start realizing we've got these in South Africa, we are working with them, and I can vouch personally that they are phenomenal snakes to work with. I can highly recommend these snakes if you can find them now. All right, guys, that's it. Anything that I've missed, leave it in the comments, and we'll definitely make sure that we get it in the next video. We're not done with these guys. We're still going to do a species spotlight on the children's, on the Stimsons, the whole family. That's going to be the mission. So yeah, guys, got any questions? Comment down below, and please remember, like and subscribe to this channel. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.